Good morning. The birds are singing and the sun is out. I thought I would wake up this morning, come out to the balcony to get the morning sun, some fresh air, and stretch, meditate and read. All before the children wake up, I hope. So I hope this finds you well. Find a little cushion if you can, a nice place to sit, some comfy clothes, and if you could, prepare your space just for a little time for yourself. Include some crystals if you have any. I like amethyst at this time of our lives with a little stress going on. Even if you don't feel it in some certain ways, it can approach from others. And we want to just bring some calmness to our situation. This amethyst has got a couple clear quartz points on it, and it's beautiful. Just gonna keep it around. You can hold your stones if you like. Just promotes a different vibration within your aura, your energy field, and helps us to balance and find what we need. So there's my stone. I would encourage you to put some nice calming music on if you have any, or if you would prefer to sit in the quiet or with nature, anywhere you can hear the birds. Just like this is beautiful. I'm going to read a little bit from a book that Dara Baker gave to me, one of our teachers from Santa Anita Hot Yoga Studio. Wherever you go, there you are. John Kabat-Zinn is the author. So before we get started on this, let's take a few seconds just to ground down and feel our breath. And once you get to your happy place, stay there. You can keep your eyes closed if you like. You can lay down at any point. Whatever you feel you need at this moment, upon waking, or whatever time of day it is. I'll ask you to sit really straight if you're sitting. And if you decide to lay down, just be as comfortable as you can and adjust. Make small adjustments at any time. Close your eyes and soften all the muscles in your face. Take a deep breath in, all the way up. Hold the breath. And then open your mouth to exhale. When you get to the bottom, squeeze all the air out. And then take another breath in. Feel the stomach expand, your chest, and then your throat. Hold the breath. And open your mouth. Exhale all the way out. One more, and as you feel the breath now, invite patience, invite love, invite kindness, and then slowly exhale. Surround yourself with this energy. Now as you breathe in and out steadily through the nose, create an even parts breath. So counting to 5 in and 5 out. But if at any point you feel you want to relax even further, create a longer exhale than your inhale was on the previous breath. Continue your breath as you can feel it throughout the body, creating this connection between the mind and the body through your breath. Just know that with every breath in, you have the ability to bring whatever it is you need in that given moment. And every breath out, you have the ability to breathe that beautiful energy out and around your space and to those who are closest to you. You also have the ability on the breath out to let go of anything it is you need to let go of. So with every breath in and every breath out, you begin to sparkle, you become a little lighter, and yet a little more grounded. Feeling a balance that you create from within, without anybody else's assistance, without any other substance. Continue your breath. Continue to relax all the muscles in your body, but maintain a nice long straight spine. And I shall begin reading. From wherever you go, there you are. I am choosing to read a chapter towards the end of the book, page 236. It is titled Selfing. I quote at the very top of the page here. The true value of a human being is determined primarily by the measure and sense in which he has attained liberation from the self. By Albert Einstein. The World as I See It. I, me, and mine are products of our thinking. My friend Larry Rosenberg of the Cambridge Insight Meditation Center calls it selfing. That inevitable and incorrigible tendency to construct out of almost everything and every situation an I, a me, and a mine, and then to operate in the world from that limited perspective, which is most fantasy and offense. Hardly a moment passes that this doesn't happen, but it is so much a part of the fabric of our world that it goes completely unnoticed. Much as a proverbial fish has no knowledge of water, so thoroughly it is immersed in it. You can see this for yourself easily enough, whether you are meditating in silence or just living a 5-minute segment of your life. Out of virtually any and every moment and experience, our thinking mind constructs my moment, my experience, my child, my hunger, my desire, my opinion, my way, my authority, my future, my knowledge, my body, my mind, my house, my land, my idea, my feelings, excuse me, my car, my problem. If you observe this process of selfing and with sustained attention and inquiry, you will see that we call the self is really a construct of our own mind and hardly a permanent one either. If you look deeply for a stable, invisible self, for the core you that underlies your experience, you are not likely to find it other than in more thinking. You might say that you are your name, but that is not quite accurate. The name is just a label. The same is true of your age, your gender, your opinions, and so on. None are fundamental to who you are. When you inquire in this way as deeply as you follow the thread into who you are or what you are almost sure to find that there is no solid place to land. If you ask, who is the I? Who is asking who am I? Ultimately you come to, I don't know. The I just appears as a construct which is known by its attributes, none of which take singly or together really makes up the whole of the person. Moreover, the I construct has tendency continuously to dissolve and reconstruct itself, virtually moment by moment. It also has a strong tendency to feel diminished, small, insecure, and uncertain. Since its existence is so tremendous to begin with, that only makes the tyranny and suffering associated with unawareness of how much we are caught up in I, me, and mine, that much worse. Then there is a problem of outside forces. The I tends to feel good when outside circumstances are supporting its belief in its own goodness, and bad when it runs into criticism, difficulties, and what it perceives as obstacles and defeats. Here perhaps lies a major explanation for diminished self-esteem in many people. We aren't really familiar with this constructed aspect of our identity process. This makes it easy for us to lose our balance and feel vulnerable, inconsequential, when we are not propped up and reinforced in our need for approval for feeling important. We are likely to continually seek interior stability through outwards rewards, through material possessions and from others who love us. In this way, we keep our self-construct going. Yet, in spite of all this self-generating activity, there may still be no sense of enduring stability in one's own being, nor calmness in the mind. Buddhists say that this is because there is no absolute self in the first place. Just a process of continual self-construction or selfing. If we could only recognize the process of selfing as an integrated habit, and then give ourselves permission to take the day off, to stop trying so hard to be somebody, and instead just experience being, perhaps we would be a lot happier and more relaxed. This doesn't mean, by the way, that you have to be somebody before you can be a nobody. One of the big New Age distortions of meditation practice, by which is meant that you should have a robust sense of self before you explore the emptiness of no self. No self does not mean being a somebody or a nobody. What it means is that everything is interdependent and there is no isolated independent core you. You are only you in relationship to all other forces and events in the world, including your parents, your childhood, your thoughts and feelings, outside events, and so on. Moreover, you are already a somebody no matter what. You are who you already are. But who you are is not your name, your age, your childhood, your beliefs, your fears. They are part of it, but not the whole. So when we speak about not trying so hard to be somebody and instead just experience being directly, what it means is that you can start from where you find yourself and work here. Meditation is not about trying to become a nobody or a complaintive zombie, incapable of living in the real world and facing real problems. It's about seeing things as they are without the distortions of our own thought process. Part of that is perceiving that everything is interconnected, and that while our conventional sense of having a self is helpful in many ways, it is not absolutely real or solid or permanent. So if you stop trying to make yourself into more then you are out of fear that you are less than you are. Whoever you really are will be a lot lighter and happier and easier to live with too. We might begin by taking things a little less personally. When something happens, try to see it without self-orientation, just for fun. Maybe it just happened. Maybe it's not aimed at you. Watch your mind at such times. Is it getting into I and me? That? Ask yourself, who am I? Or what is I? That is claiming ownership. Awareness itself can help balance out the selfing and reduce its impact. Notice too that the self is impermanent. Whatever you try to hold on to that has to do with yourself eludes you. It can't be held because it's constantly changing, decaying, and being reconstructed again, always slightly differently, depending on the circumstances of the moment. This makes the sense of self, which is called in chaos theory a strange attractor, a pattern which embodies order, yet is also unpredictably disordered. It never repeats itself. Whenever you took, is the slightly different. The elusive nature of a concrete, permanent, unchanging self is quite a hopeful observation. It means that you can stop taking yourself so damn seriously and get out from under the pressures of having the details of your personal life be centered to the operating of the universe. By recognizing and letting go of self-impulses, we accord the universe a little more room to make things happen. Since we are folded into the universe and participate in its unfolding, it will differ in the face of too much self-centered, self-indulgent, self-critical, self-insecure, self-anxious activity on our part, and arrange for the dream world of our self-orientated thinking to look and feel only too real. That was cool. So for now, let's take a big breath. As we're in the moment of reading that chapter in that book, let it be. Let whichever parts absorb into your being for which you might have needed in this moment. And know that it's okay to let everything else go. In each moment we change, and that's okay. Just remember to always keep an open heart. Feel the breath. Honor the love which is not contained within you, but it emanates from your heart to those around you, and in turn is directed straight back. So again, without judgment, without attachments, let us just be. Give yourself permission to take a break, to take some time off. Continue breathing, and whenever you're ready, take a big stretch. Bring your hands into your heart. And continuously feel that love radiate. Continuously feel the inspiration given to you from all of your surroundings, no matter where you are. Remember to move when your body wants to move. Remember to eat only when you're hungry. Fill yourself with good nourishment, raw from the earth as much as possible. And taste with an inquisitive tongue. All your senses lead you straight to where you need to be. If only you remain sensitive enough to maintain this balance, this health, and this beauty of the environment, which is you. Don't contain yourself. Allow yourself to be. Sending love.